Evet, hepiniz tekrar hoş geldiniz.
Hello again. This is gonna be the last session, and it's gonna be in these presentations. First of all, I'd like to introduce our jury, But Game founder Cüneyt Çatak, Can Sungur, influencer, and Easy Clap Games, senior game developer Can Baytay. These are our jury members. Welcome to you all. Hello.
Hoş bulduk. Merhabalar, hoş bulduk.
Hello. You're okay, I guess.
Herkese
Yeah,
iyi
thank you very much. I hope everyone is good. Hello, Can.
Double Can.
Güzel tesadüf oldu.
Evet.
Nice coincidence, actually. So we can start our indie game presentations. First of all, I'd like to invite Uğurcan. Hello. Now it's a 2-minute presentation. I downloaded a 2-minute video. I'm gonna share it, and during that time, I'm gonna talk about the game. Whenever you are ready, you may start. This game is in the open world. It's an exploration game. It's a discovery game. There are some dungeons, castles in the open world, and you can regard them as some places that you can wander around. So you can clear off your enemies in the dungeons. So this is a 1-week job. Actually, I just started it 1 week ago. It's not fully completed. I couldn't add some more details. You can see the new discovery here. The recording system is okay right now. And before entering inside, she just waits a little bit, then an enemy comes behind. So it's in the interior side of the castle or the dungeon, as you see here on the show. There is attack and defense, you see. So real-time strike is intended here. So there could be some spy attacks, as you see here.
Evet bu.
Yeah, this is our show.
Evet, teşekkür ederiz Uğurcan.
Thank you very much, Uğurcan, for your video. You can close it. You can close your screen sharing. Thank you. Thanks.
Biz teşekkür ederiz katılımın için.
We thank you
Şimdi
for your
Colorblind Fx'i dinlemesi
participation.
için
And for
Peter
Colorblind
Petrov'u
Fx,
davet
I'd
ediyoruz.
like to invite Peter Petrov.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
So I didn't understand any single word of the previous presentation. Also, I have issues with the camera, so I can set the background here.
Do you have the interpretation on English? Did you choose the interpretation?
What do you mean with the interpretation?
On the bottom of the screen, there's a menu on the far right side. We have.
Now I choose it.
Okay, you can now hear everything on English right now.
Okay.
So you have 2 minutes to present your game to our jury.
Let me just find the proper tab to stream.
Okay, feel free to start whenever you want.
Okay, so is my screen visible?
Yeah, we can see that.
So first things first, I'm Peter, 33 years old from Bulgaria. Me and a friend me and a friend are working on a single-player stylized 2.5D puzzle platformer Metroidvania named Colorblind Fx. I'll now start the trailer. The game is all about how an evil code-like creature named Ward Ashen eats the colors out of the world. They're talking about something that will cost them their colors, yeah.
Peter, is there any sound here?
What?
Is there any sound here?
There should be, because there's music in the trailer.
Maybe you shouldn't put a tick like for the sound, include sound while you are sharing it on Zoom.
Wait. There is just music, but okay, it's not a big deal, I guess.
Okay.
Because it's only music. Okay, I'm continuing. Gameplay-wise, wait. Okay. Gameplay-wise, the game is all about traditional platforming and physics puzzles mixed with unique color painting mechanics and squishy slimes that splatter everything around, including you, and different devices that react to specific colors. And all this is in this discolored white art style where the important objects pop in color. The game is highly inspired by titles like Limbo, Splatoon, Little Nightmares, Inside, and yeah. We released a very long, like more than 1 hour big demo on Steam and on G-Round for everyone to try. It's also on IndieDB. So that's it.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. You can now stop the screen share and we will move to the next one. So I'm inviting Türkçe'ye geçeyim. Ali Selim Ağacan, Kingdom Lost.
I would like to invite Ali Selim Ağacan to present Kingdom Lost.
Merhaba, hoş geldin.
Hello, welcome. Now I'm just opening the video. There's also a sound coming from the video. Please inform me if you can't hear the sound, the background sound. Now, do you hear the sound? Yeah, we can hear the sound right now. Yeah, there are some characters inside the video, and at the same time, I'd like to introduce the game as well. So this is a project that I started in the year 2018. Then afterwards, some musicians participated, and we become a group of 4. So it was story focused at the first place, but afterwards, then we have some different approaches. That could be some additional functions inside the game. Some are renewed. And as you can see that they're fighting, 2 players are fighting right here, 2 characters are fighting, but the game is a little bit slow. I'd like to make it faster, and it should be depending on the skills, you know. So the fighting system must be faster. That's why the player should have the opportunity to discover new things inside the game while designing all those systems. So it was open-ended. They were designed open-endedly because we could add some more details, or maybe we can subtract some details. Yeah, inside the games, as you see, we would like to add crafting, and also there could be some gathering. They could cut the trees, and also they could dig some wells inside the game. There's an inventory system inside the game. There's trading. So you can see anything that needs to be involved inside the game. Thank you very much for listening.
Teşekkür ederiz. Şimdi bize Messiah oyununu tanıtması için Fatih
Now,
Bey.
I'd like to invite Fatih Beceren to present Messiah. Good evening to everyone, first of all. I'd like to share my screen. Now you can see my screen, I guess. Okay, we see that. I'd like to talk about Messias. Fundamentally, so it started with the opinion together with racism and fight, actually. So we put it into a game profile, and so we, apart from the characters, also we mentioned some components relating to Islam and Jewish people. So we talked about hatred. So you just form your own religion. You would like to prevail your religion throughout the world. This is your main goal in this game. So there could be some preventions, and what prevents from from spreading your religion throughout the world is the hatred. And of course, you need to improve your properties, you need to improve some principles in your religion, so it could involve some role-playing components as well. And apart from those, improve the abilities of your religion. So there could be some really bad ideas, such as racism or some damages being given to the environment. So this causes the audience to believe in hatred. So there could be some miracles in every religion, and we have some fundamental skills. And as I mentioned, the purpose of this game is to spread your religion throughout the world and to make the other people believe in your religion. That is the main goal. And basically, in this game, why people have some religions, why some have some negative opinions against some religions, we have some very important feedback, and basically we really intended to plan that.
Teşekkür ederiz.
Thank you very much for your participation once again.
Şimdi Burak Şenda,
Now I would like to invite Burak Shenda, OMJ,
tanıtacak.
All My Jokes. That's the name of the game. He would like to introduce it.
Onu nasıl yapacağız? Burak burada mı?
Is Burak here?
Evet, sıradakine geçelim. Burak
And
sanırım
the next one, I think
sıkıntı
Burak
yaşadı.
is not here. No,
Ee, Hyperbola Tournament'ı tanıtması için Simran Vitam'ı
I'd
davet.
like to invite Simran Witham to introduce his game.
Hello, can you hear me, Simran?
Hello.
Hello.
Apologies, poor internet connection. Can you see my screen?
No, not yet. We can only see your camera right now.
Okay. You should. Can you all see this screen?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
Just let me know if there's no audio with it. So this is our game, Hyperbola Tournament. It's a mixture of Speedball meets Mario Strikers, and we're Novelty Studios, a development studio from the United Kingdom of Liverpool.
Can you
And-
a bit reduce the volume because we are having a hard time hearing you?
Apologies. So Hyperbola is an online and single-player PvP battle arena where players can assume control of 8 playable characters in 8 playable arenas and have heavy customization of their characters. We're a 4-man team. We started off as just 4 individuals making the game in a game jam, and 4 years later we decided to take the project even further. We've worked with a wide number of musical artists, CGI animators throughout the years to help get this game to project, and it's now been officially released on Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Steam. It launches on Humble Bundle today, and it's also now available through backwards compatibility on next generation consoles. And now it's been a big journey for us. We launched on the 20th of October, but now it's been a few months later, and we're finally working on some major big updates for the game. And that was Hyperbola Tournament. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Now we can move on to Burak. Mikrofonun kapalı Burak.
Mic is off, Burak. Can you turn on your mic?
Sesin gelmiyor hala.
We cannot hear you. Yes,
Evet,
okay.
geliyor şimdi.
Bir saniyenizi alacağım. Ben şu anda sizin sesinizi
Just a moment, please. I cannot hear you very well. I am changing some settings.
Sesim alıyor musunuz?
Can you hear now? Yes.
Merhabalar herkese.
Hi, everyone.
Sorun yok değil mi?
I think
Yok,
there's
yok.
no more
Duyabiliyoruz.
problem.
Merhabalar. Ben size video göndermiştim
Hi, everyone. I sent you a video. You can play it.
Geçen sefer de katılmıştım. Bu sefer de başka bir
I was there in the competition last month. I am now here with another game with you. I love comedy and humor. And now again, there is a word game, and I turned it into humor, into fun. It is in Turkish, the Paul jokes. Actually, you can see it. The purpose here is to make a puzzle among the bad jokes. And actually, last month it was launched, and there are nearly 10,000 games. And the English version of this is All My Jokes. And I decided in this name. Actually, after a few researches, I saw that these bad jokes are actually called dad jokes in literature. And actually, these are the bad jokes made by the daddies to the children. And therefore, setting sail from that point, I just accumulated some bad jokes and turned them into a game. And as the jokes are really funny, there is a penguin which reacts to the bad jokes, irritating jokes. Actually, a similar reaction is exhibited by the penguin. The penguin reacts like this. It was found funny by people. Therefore, I just launched the English one. It is in App Store and Google Play. And that's all.
Okay. Evet, teşekkür ederiz.
Well, thank you very much for your participation.
Şimdi o zaman biz sırayla
Now we will
alalım.
now consult the evaluations of our jury members. Güven, we can start with you. Your comments about the games.
Tamam, peki.
Okay.
Okay. En başta herhalde sırayla gitmek gerekirse
One by one, I will evaluate the game out of Angora game.
Stil denemiş ama
Tried a certain style, but it's quite raw now. Actually, improvement is required for this game. Actually, there must be some style, some mechanics, and some designs are need to be improved. It is some kind of trial, actually. In fact, it hasn't reached to the desired part, I guess. It's trying to find a road, if there is any. And actually, the team can develop themselves. There are certain authorities that the team should continue. And Colorblind Fx seems to be an entertaining platformer, and I already saw it in the stream. I will try it. In a platform game, of course, the mechanics are important and the playability of the game is important. The timing, in general terms, all the mechanics should run very well. Actually, from the video, the ease of playing and the colors and the story are seem quite well at the moment from the video. Kingdom Lost, there is a serious effort actually. It's an RPG game, open world RPG game, and there is, of course, great work. But from the video, we couldn't see the whole universe, of course. Just one part of it we can see. But actually, there is a running game, and it is clearly seen that it's still played. And here, what is the differentiating feature of this game from the others, from the similars? This must be focused on, but it has a potential. Messiah, Messias. I think there are other games of Fatih, developed by Fatih, similar to this, similar to Reigns, I think, right? Yes, in fact, that's right. In this game, Reigns or Plugging, or actually, I was inspired by those. Quite good. I saw a few of your games. I think your area is a niche area. You are using certain game mechanics and inspired by them and adapt it to new themes. This is quite good in that respect. Of course, this game is also launched. It's in App Store, I guess. I will check it up. And I also saw another game about the prophets. It was an isometric game, I guess. I think the timing is very good. And yes, actually, it depends on the depth of the game. Actually, from the video, we only saw the surface. It may get complex. We need to check the parameters, but it's a good trial. And all my jokes is a good idea. Actually, there is a gap about those jokes, those bad jokes, and turning them into a game is something smart. But how many jokes there are? There are 470 in the English version, and in Turkish there are 600 jokes, and the gameplay lasts for around a few hours actually, because each answer is taking about 2 minutes. Actually, I saw a potential here. It may also be translated into different languages, or the penguin may be changed, or a continuous game can be developed from this. It has potential. Actually, Hyperbola Tournament is actually a game. It's different from the other games. Actually, it is quite good, and it's on different platforms and quite entertaining. It seems to be a multiplayer game, and among these games, evaluating this game is I couldn't be sure about it because it is already launched. It's successful. And thank you very much for your hard work. That's all from my side.
Teşekkür ederiz.
Thank
O
you.
zaman Can Sungur'la devam
We
edelim.
can continue with Can Sungur.
Sunumlar için teşekkürler
Thank
herkese.
you very much for the
Altar
presentations.
of Angora
Altar of
bir
Angora.
aylık geliştirme süresi gibi bir şey duydum.
The development
Peki
period
bir
was
aylık
1 month,
hafta.
right?
Yani
1
bir
week.
aylık
Okay,
geliştirme süresi
within
için
a
kısa
1
sürede bu hafta
week,
geldiyseniz bence çok
reaching that
özel
point is
tebrikler.
quite
Teşekkürler
cool.
tekrardan.
I
Sonuçları
wish
ne
good
güzel.
luck
Yani inşallah daha da güzel
to
devam
you.
etsin.
I hope that you will get to
Yani
better
ileride
points
inanılmaz
because
beğeniler yapmaya çalıştığınız bir
it's very
çok
clear
güzel,
what
mükemmel
you
bir
are
portfolyosu var.
inspired
Belki bir
from,
süre
and there is a
hiç
running
bir şekilde
base,
hani
and
bir
it's
vertical slice değil de
instead
yani
of
daha küçük birazcık
expansion,
daha ustaca bir
maybe
hamle
a
yapanlardan
vertical
olabiliriz. Altar of Angora'yı
structure
merakla
can be
bakacağım. Onun dışında dediğim gibi
required.
zaten bir
Apart
haftaya
from that,
tamamlayacaksınız.
actually,
Ben
there is
başarılar
only
diliyorum.
1 week effort, and you can improve it very well.
Dediğiniz
Colorblind Fx.
genelde
Actually,
puzzle severim.
I really like the
Açıkçası
color-based puzzle
bir oyun
games,
geçirmiştim
and
başımızdan bir ara. Güzel, ben de
actually,
izleyicilerinden
the
güzel puanlar almıştım.
in the
Colorblind
juries
FX güzel
love
geldi
such
geliyor bana ama
games very much. Colorblind
mümkün gördüğüm
FX
kadarıyla
goes to
ilginç
a
de değil.
good
Belki
place,
sadece
and
biraz
there is
Splatoon
an
hissiyatı da
interesting
verdi.
story. I
Yapılış hali
also
bana
feel the
güzel,
Splatoon
iyi
actually
geliyor gibi
in this
geliyor.
game.
Çünkü
Actually,
böyle
it seems to be doing very well
üzerinde
because the colors, the
saldırıları böyle güzel
surfaces, the
kolaylaştıran çok ilgi
attacks
çekici
can bring really good mechanics.
kingdomlar
It's attracting attention.
vallahi çok ilgimi
Kingdom mode,
çekti.
actually, it
İçeriksel olarak ben
also
Kingdom
draws
Yes
my
Look projesini
attention. I
severek
really
seviyorum.
like Kingdom Two
Bir de
Crowns
bunun
and
üstüne
Yes
ben de biraz
Gloves.
da arka
And
kombatı ekledim dedi yapan
I,
arkadaş. Ne güzel.
he
Yani
said also I added
çok
Dungeons
hoşuma gitti.
Combat.
Sanki
It's also
Tüm
good.
yayınlaşmış.
Actually, it has an artistic value,
Sırf tipinden severek
and
alan bir kitlesi oluşmuş durumda ki
there
bunun
is
bana
a
çok hitap
consumer
edecektir. Ama onun
mass
dışında videoda şeyi
who
göremedim.
purchase
Ne bileyim
those
işte
such
atlar
kind of
nasıl,
games
ya
just
da
looking at its
animasyonlar
concept.
nasıl ilerliyor,
So
quest
at
line'lar
the
nasıl
part
ilerliyor
of
onları gördükten
RTG,
sonra
we
birkaç
need
parça
to see the mechanics, and Kingdom Laws will attract the attention. I underline the artistic parts because it's really good and it really attracts people. Messias, after plaguing and reigns, actually, I remember those games. There's a good combination, and actually, I wondered about the civilization. I really like those civilization games, and religion is also a good theme. And the artistic management, artistic directorship is quite good, and there is a visual language of the game.
Çok
It's
kısa bir
also
şey
good.
söyleyeceğim.
I
Temelde
want to add
ilerleyen
something here.
aşamalarda
In fact, when
kalabalığı ikna etme şansımız artıyor ve her
we
bölgenin sonunda
more
da
people,
iddia şanslı da
we
olsa
have
orada
more
bilgi bir
chance to
şekilde
convince
inanmaya başlıyor.
people.
Şekilde
Therefore,
bilgi yayılıyor
certain
yani.
people start to believe us, and it expands to the world. For example, when I send a person to the Jerusalem,
Evet doğru.
the Messiah to Jerusalem, he speaks, and then expansion is ensured in an uncontrolled way, right? Now it's not uncontrolled, but we are expanding region by region. On the 6th day, then we continue the next region, right? Yes, your inspiration is good, and I like this type. Actually, you're really talented in this. Oh, my jokes is really interesting about our depth. Güven asked some questions, and then a number of jokes is really good because those cold jokes come to an end at one point. But there is a huge potential, and English translation is also very good. And you like puzzles, as I see. I hope that every month we will see you with great puzzles. Actually, expertise in puzzles is something very requiring skill, it's a different part of the work. Thank you. Hyperbola actually was launched in 2019, and Tencent also invested, I guess. Now it is actually something going beyond indie. Actually, in the market, PvP sports games are selling much. It will find a place here. Other indies are actually like somehow like following you. Actually, Hyperbolt is somehow one step is actually in front of the others, and the others are chasing after. Therefore, it has proven itself until now. For 2 years, it's in the market, so it's quite good. That's all from me, and thank you.
Evet, teşekkür ederiz yorumlarınız için.
Thank you for
Can
your
Bayçay'ı
comments. Can
dinleyelim şimdi.
Bayçay, the floor is yours.
Gördüğüm oyunlardan bayağı memnun kaldım ben.
Actually, I really like the games I have seen until now. Colorblind, Kingdom Lost, All My Dogs. I really appreciate the originality of these. Altar of Angora. It is a work of 1 week, and the result is really great. It is an artwork. Of course, there are serious steps to be taken, but until now, it has been really good. I think there is a high potential in this project, especially the visuals are good, but of course makeup is required, but the style is quite good. And you must continue as a developer. Colorblind Fx platform games always attract my attention. When we play with games, especially, I really play those games with colors. When there are colors, I like it. Rather than I couldn't understand what is the purpose in the game. Maybe the narration can be reinforced in the video. And when we say Colorblind Fx, I didn't understand it is a game or it is a design application. This is just personal comment. Actually, when we say Colorblind Fx, I just think of color palettes, and I understand it as a design application, rather than a game. Of course, it's a preference. When I see that it's a game, then it's a game. Kingdom Lost, I really appreciate the game. Pics and art is really applied very well. I'm not an RPG player, so I cannot comment on it much. But as far as I see, the artistic part is very well. Messias, it is an innovative work, in my opinion. I really respect. This is the same for this game. Actually, you told many systems here. Actually, in the video, we couldn't see all of those systems. But in order to understand the game in detail, we need to work on it. The interface can be improved. Apart from that, actually, it is an original game for the user. So I appreciate all my jokes. Burak is really doing very well for these puzzles. we already know the previous
mobil
games.
umarım
They were also very
platformlar gibi
good.
bir sürü oyuncuya ulaşır. Hyperbrawl, Güven Hocam'ın ve sevgili Can Sungur'un dediklerine çok katılıyorum. Farklı bir evrende diğer oyunlara kıyasla. Farklı bir evrende olarak değerlendirmek lazım diye düşünüyorum ben de.
We really need to assess it
Takdire şayan bir çalışma olmuş.
that exists in a different universe. I really would like to play that game. I can download it soon and I can play that.
Değerlendirmelerim böyledir.
Yeah, these are my assessments. Thank you very much for listening.
Evet, biz teşekkür ederiz. O zaman
We
ben Cevher
thank
Eryurik'i
you.
davet ediyorum
So I'd like to
şimdi.
invite
Oyun
Cevher
oyunlarını
Eryurek
duyurması için
to
seçilen.
announce the games of the month to be elected.
Hello, everyone. It's a hard selection, and the jury is writing in the document at the moment. So, if okay, and let me second. Okay, sorry for making you wait. And we should announce that although Hyper Brawl is a really good game, and because they had a kind of investment from Tencent, we would like to thank them for attending Indieway, but we must not choose them as one of the selected indie games for Indieway March, although they got a really high point from the judge. We should not select them one of the indies. So I will announce that from the least from the third to one I will go. Messiah game is the third game of this month in the way selected indies, and Colorblind is the second one of this month's indie game, and Kingdom Lost is the first game of this month's indie game. So I want to congratulate all the indie games attending this month's indie in the way, and I would like them to open their videos so we can take a screenshot and share after the event. And thank you all for joining, and to judge I must thank especially for coming and seeing all the games and evaluating them, and thank you for the attendees as well joining. So if the indie games can also open the cameras. Serdar, did you give the
I'm asking them
Okay.
to open right now.
Okay. So thank you all for joining, and I hope you are all happy about the selections. And I'm talking in English because I'm in the English channel and I'm recording myself. That's why. So thank you all for coming, and see you next month, hopefully. And tomorrow we will have another day as well, so you can join all the seminars. Thank you for coming. Serdar'cığım sen de istersen kapanış yap.
Okay. Evet, katılımınız için hepinize, jürimize,
Thank you
katılımcılara
very much for everyone for your participation, for your assessments. Oh, I would like to thank you all, and I would like to congratulate the winners as well. Tomorrow we will see you again. Good evening. Thank you.